What is up, guys? So for this video, I cannot wait to discuss and analyze some scenes from the trailer for the third episode of Season 4 of Better Call Saul entitled Something Beautiful. Okay, so following the conclusion of the second episode of Season 4, the plot now truly appears set to make some significant strides for all of the show's main characters, including the show's main protagonist, Jimmy McGill, whose storyline I'm extremely interested to continue to see unfold following the faux message he left for Mike at the end of the last episode. With this storyline being taken into consideration based on this trailer for episode 3, it does appear that Jimmy will attempt to enlist the services of Mike for what Jimmy seemingly perceives as free money in order to steal the humble figurine Jimmy saw at Neff Copier's in the last episode, which he discovered has a value of over $8,700. However, based on the many teasers that have been displayed to us about this plot prior to Season 4, it does appear that Mike will in fact not accept this job offer from Jimmy, which will then cause Jimmy to recruit another individual to carry out this plan. That having been said, it also does in fact look like things may not exactly go according to plan for Jimmy in this next episode, as we can see by a scene in this trailer for episode 3 of an unknown man who appears to be sleeping on a couch at Neff Copier's, and a scene of Jimmy frantically running after an unknown individual, both seemingly relating to this plot in the next episode. Furthermore, in regards to the character development of Jimmy McGill that will continue to take place over the course of Season 4, I will be very curious to see if this aforementioned plot in the next episode may possibly give us some additional insight regarding Jimmy's true desires and motivations following him rejecting the gainful employment in the last episode that he claimed to Kim that he wanted in the many teasers we saw prior to Season 4 in order to apparently pursue this life of crime instead. In addition to the plot of Jimmy McGill, this trailer also displayed some scenes from the plot of Kim Wexler as well, which seemingly relate to her resuming her work for Mesa Verde following her taking some time off after her car accident. However, that having been said, I wonder if this transition for Kim of returning to work will in fact not be without its challenges as a result of all of the non-work related matters that are currently going on in her life, including her concern regarding the unusual emotions that she perceives Jimmy is exhibiting in the aftermath of Chuck's death, which even led the usually composed and stoic Kim to fervently express her dissatisfaction towards Howard in the previous episode. So, taking all of these plot details into consideration, I wonder if all of the personal issues that are going on in Kim's life at the moment could possibly be somewhat of a distraction for Kim during this process of her starting up her professional life again. Moreover, noticeably absent from this trailer for the third episode of Season 4 was Howard Hamlin, whose plot following the conclusion of episode 2 remains somewhat of an open-ended mystery. With this being said, while we can only speculate on what the plot has in store for Howard moving forward in Season 4, based on this teaser photo that was released prior to Season 4, where we can see Jimmy reading a piece of paper containing an HHM letterhead, I think Howard's plot in the next episode could possibly involve Jimmy's reaction to learning about Chuck effectively cutting him out of his will. In addition to the aforementioned plots of Jimmy and Kim, I am also very interested to see what the plot has in store for Gus Fring and the cartel in the next episode as well, particularly in regards to what will be the immediate fallout of Arturo's death, who, as we all remember from the plot of the Season 4 premiere of Better Call Saul, was well respected by Juan Bolsa. With this being said, based on this trailer for episode 3, it does appear that we could see Victor and Tyrus dispose of Arturo's car on Gus Fring's behalf in the next episode, seemingly in order to cover up the true nature of Arturo's death from the cartel. Furthermore, also relating to the plot of Gus Fring and the cartel, while this trailer only displayed a scene of Mike interacting with Jimmy in the plot of episode 3, I am nonetheless extremely intrigued to see if we will begin to see Mike interact with Gus Fring in the plot of Better Call Saul in the next episode. With this being said, in regards to the lack of this interaction between Mike and Gus this season, due to the fact that Gus clearly has been preoccupied with dealing with the fallout of the immediate aftermath of Hector's stroke as it relates to his intended revenge against Hector, Gus has not had any real need for Mike during the first 2 episodes of Season 4. However, that having been said, once Gus does in fact have a use for Mike this season, I think this plot could possibly cause some adversity for Mike.
Yeah? Why?
As I have discussed in depth in many of my previous videos, while Mike is unquestionably an extremely intelligent and competent character, he is still nonetheless seemingly naive to the true nature of his new employer Gus Fring, as well as the true nature of his job requirements, which will likely lead Mike to be called upon to kill with impunity for his new employer Gus Fring. a task that Mike has yet to undertake in the plot of Better Call Saul, who, as we all remember, went out of his way not to kill Tuco in Season 2 in the episode entitled Gloves Off, and also went out of his way not to kill Jimenez in Season 2 in the episode entitled Nailed. While Mike has been willing to kill as a means of revenge towards those who harmed or threatened to harm his family, i.e. Sergeant Fensky and Officer Hoffman during the flashback scene in Season 1 of Better Call Saul in the episode entitled 5-0, as well as him intending on killing Hector in Season 2 in the episode entitled Click, Mike still has not as of yet committed murder as a means of employment, as we saw him do for Gus Fring in the plot of Season 3 of Breaking Bad in the episode entitled Full Measure. So with all of these plot details being taken into consideration, due to the fact that Mike seemingly still needs to go through a fair amount of character development this season in order to become the ruthless, cold-blooded killer he was in the plot of Breaking Bad, I think we will in fact see this character development for Mike begin to take place once he finally begins to interact with Gus Fring in the plot of Better Call Saul. Further relating to the plot of Gus Fring and the cartel, this trailer for episode 3 also displayed a scene of the cousins that has been teased to us in many forms prior to season 4. With this being said, based on all of the context we have regarding the plot of season 4, I think this scene of the cousins could be displaying them at the disposal site of Arturo's vehicle in the coming episode. But of course, this is only speculation. That having been said, also possibly relating to the plot of the cousins in this next episode as well, this trailer also revealed a brief scene of what appears to be an unknown man getting treated for a gunshot wound, but of course, based on the very little information we have about this very attention-grabbing scene, it is impossible to know for certain what is the exact context of this scene. Moreover, also relating to the plot of Gus Fring and the cartel, this trailer of course also displayed a scene of Nacho, who in my opinion might be the character whose plot I am the most intrigued to see transpire in the next episode, following the dramatic final scene of episode 2. With this being said, I also think this final scene from episode 2 has also finally set in motion Nacho's rather vague yet extremely crucial storyline from the plot of season 2 of Breaking Bad that will of course also somehow involve the yet to be seen on-screen Lalo, as well as the show's main protagonist Jimmy McGill.
No, it wasn't me, it was Ignacio, he's the one! Ahí, siempre soy amigo, siempre soy amigo del cartel! Lalo didn't send you? No, Lalo? Who? Oh, thank God! Oh, Christ.
And based on the ending of the last episode of Better Call Saul, I think we could possibly see the beginning stages of this plot displayed to us in the third episode of Season 4. So taking all of these plots from the third episode of Season 4 of Better Call Saul into consideration, I think that all of these scenes from the trailer for Episode 3 are certainly displaying that we will in fact continue to see a very large amount of plot development for all of these aforementioned characters in the coming episode that will likely continue to lay the foundation for the incredibly compelling respective storylines of all of these characters that will take place over the course of this season. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video and also want to see additional analysis of the current 4th season of Better Call Saul, then make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any new videos this season. As always, my name is Anton Jackson. Thanks again for watching.